Hello, this is Kyle over at Walking 90. I'm in producer mode. So basically, with this episode, we went through the transfers that happened in the league this past offseason. We were joined by the wonderful and fantastic Alex from League One Updater, so we appreciate him. Because the recording was pretty long, it was about an hour and a half, I'm deciding to spare you all from having to go through all 90 minutes of this. So instead, you will get two parts of this episode. So this is going to be part one, and then about halfway through is going to be part two. So just an FYI on that. That's why you're going to get two episodes uploaded, is to make sure to break up as much of this episode as possible so we can give you two good 45-minute-ish recordings as opposed to a giant one as well. So thank you for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, and we'll talk to you again shortly.
Yeah, I can't do it like Yogi can. I'm so sorry, y'all. I tried. Welcome to Walking 90. This show is gonna be a great one because we're talking transfers. And the best person to talk transfers with is none other than League One Updater himself, Alex. But before we get to you, Alex, and you can introduce yourself, I'm going to introduce the guys with me. It is the mysterious man from far, far away, Brandon. Hi.
Hey, what's up? Long time no see.
I know. How have you been, buddy? You got another kid? What do we got here? What are we doing?
I got a new job. So I got a new
Ooh.
job.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so a lot of big stuff happening there. Really excited about it. So moving right along.
And we have the wonderful, ever-present Kyle. How are you today?
I'm getting by. I guess I'm going with coffee shop aesthetic vibe today. That's been the vibe.
It's working for you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna let you have it for today.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we'll have to talk about them glasses.
I like the glasses though. Whoa. The glasses are staying. I need to see.
That's what you got stuck on? Okay.
Yes.
And the one and only League One Updater tracker extraordinaire, Alex. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
I like the jersey, by the way.
I feel like the guy going to the concert wearing the t-shirt of the band I'm going to see.
Nah, it's all right. I like it.
It's the first time I've got to wear it.
Is it? How do you like it?
I like it. I've gained a little weight since I bought it, so it's kind of tight, but it's I like it. Yeah.
Are you ready for the second one?
Take my money.
I'm here for you. So, as we talked about beforehand, we are talking transfers. The big ones, the small ones, the confusing ones, and everything in between, because teams are still out here making questionable moves. And, we got to talk about it because that's what we do. We here for the people, and the people want to hear our hot takes about Jake Keegan. So we're just going to go right down the line. We've picked some of our favorite transfers from the offseason, courtesy of the wonderful tracker that Alex created. If you have not seen it, I advise you to pull it up because it's very in-depth and it's very, very good. And I use that for my notes because I was like, this right here is going to be massive. So Brandon, why don't you start us off with the first one?
All righty, you got it. If I can get the thing to work. All right. Yeah, so first up, we have Jose Carrera Garcia from Central Valley Fuego, which I don't think that really needs much of an introduction, right? Like one of the best midfielders in the league. One of the only players currently signed for Fuego. So definitely leading the pack at this point, right? Like we have an incredible midfielder here who's somebody to obviously build around. So he's going to be really exciting. And I'm personally really excited to see him bounce back this year. So,
yeah, it was kind of hard finding a Fuego player. I was like, well, they have 4 dudes. But if you're going to have anyone to build around Jose Carrera Garcia, I thought would be a good pick. He kind of had us underwhelming and disappointing 2023, and we saw what in Chattanooga in 2022 when they made the title, like how good he could be and how instrumental he could be, and we thought that would help out Fuego, and it just didn't work. And I don't know if it's just lack of good tactics, lack of quality players around. I don't know. So I'm hoping that this is going to be someone that should have a rebound this year. And if Fuego wants to see any semblance of success, competency, it's going to have to start with him. And that's probably going to be someone that Jermaine Jones is going to have to build a squad around because, again, there's 4 people.
Yeah, and they've got some more players coming. If you want to preview, go to his Instagram tonight. He gave one away. I'm not going to give it away on the air, but
I'm not going to give away, but I'm going to look right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great one to build around. I think he signed a 2-year deal last year, from what I think I heard him say that on a different interview. But yeah, if you're going to build around somebody, that's the one to do it. I just hope that Jermaine Jones has some tricks up his sleeve that we can find out in the next few weeks.
I mean, great way to lead into our next person. They signed fucking Jermaine Jones. Like, and he came about it in the best way possible. Like, he took the pathway. He showed what the pathway could be like for a player to go from playing to coach. And it's really cool to see. He's really wants to get after it, just based on some of the interviews I've seen him do. He was at the coaches convention in Anaheim, and he was just very, very excited about just like being able to implement his style. And that's going to be honestly the biggest signing they have this year, if it's me, because if you grew up in U.S. soccer, especially in men's soccer, and you saw him play, and he was that fierce, grimy player that was just going to get stuck in every chance he got. He was putting up like 1/2 of games because he got a red card, but he showed you that they weren't nothing to fuck with. That's the type of guy that Jermaine Jones was. And sometimes you just want to play for that coach that's going to understand that. And I'm excited for that one. That's my true big signing.
Yeah, and apparently he had to apply for the job like he was in the stack of the 400 applications that Fuego received, and went through that entire process.
Look
But
who
yeah,
it is.
Hey,
I thought we were starting the show at 9:30.
We said 9.
I swore I was sitting on my couch watching Love and Hip Hop, which, by the way, is glorious ghettofied TV. I absolutely love it. I swear I thought we said 9:30. Like, in my head, I had 9:30. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go upstairs, give me some Reese's Pieces. I'm good to go. I hop on, Jets ain't live. I'm like, what the fuck?
How do you come in immediately? I love it.
We don't even know what we're talking about, but fuck that.
So you thought we were recording? You thought we were starting at 9:30, which means it would have been 9:45.
Right, Alex. I'm sorry. This is. If you're new to this show, this is the antics you're gonna get.
no,
This is because if my show up at 9:15 and we said 9:30, I was still y'all niggas was early.
And for those of you that are putting betting odds today, it was Yogi's turn to derail the show and not me. So if you had bet Yogi, congratulations, cash in your ticket.
That was great. Thank you.
Well, Yogi,
We're talking about Jermaine Jones.
Do you have access to the spreadsheet?
How we do? Why? What I do?
I love this so much. I missed this. This is great. Thank you.
This is why USL League One need to pay for us to go to every game. Oh, y'all definitely text me. Oh. I have my phone on sleep mode. I'm sorry.
Alex, you want to kick us off with the next one from Charlotte?
yeah, Omar Sis. Charlotte somehow keeps convincing these hot players to resign year after year. I don't know how they do it. I don't know why Omar Sis is still there, as opposed to like moving up. But yeah, like as you all said in the sheet, he's one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the league. Like how does Charlotte keep signing these people?
Their owner is rich, but he's racist, so he knew better than keep his mouth shut.
I mean, honestly, you could say that about all of the ones that we like. Tressor and Mbuyu. How is he still in League One?
So that one is easier because he's from Charlotte. He's like a Charlotte local, probably getting a hometown like from Charlotte, doesn't want to go anywhere else and is comfortable.
That's crazy.
Should be playing somewhere else. Should be playing the championship.
Championship. He could
Yeah.
You find the right lower MLS team that needs someone that can put the ball in the back of the net.
It's a hometown discount if I ever saw one.
Kelly. Right. Good. He ain't Dane Kelly. Okay.
What do you mean? He could.
I take that back. He probably could score a goal or two for DC United.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There is potential there. That's what I'm saying. Like he could really go. Thinking about do you know how hard it is to miss the playoffs in MLS? Thinking about the teams that did, he could easily fit into those, like, no problem. So yeah, DC. Actually, he could go to New York Red Bulls because they barely made it in, and here we are.
Either way, he's too good to be in this league, but
him and Sis, yes, but yes.
Yeah.
No, Sis is really the one. Like, I would thought after what was it, back-to-back Young Player of the Year nominations and actually getting one. Like, I'm sure like a championship team would have been coming. Like, and the fact that Charlotte is like, hey, we'll pay you top, stay here.
Crazy.
It must be something about living in Charlotte and then the money that team is paying despite getting like 500 people in attendance.
That right there is like you're willing to whatever money you're making, you're willing to make that to play in front of what max 500.
Hey,
the numbers are inflated, but
Gabriel Oberton,
that owner doesn't at least want the players to. He does not. You're not going to say he's cheap. He's a lot of shitty things.
Yeah, no, he's not. Like,
not cheap.
Overton, like I heard him on an interview. He said that he would play at Charlotte as long as they will have him because I think his wife has like a connection to Charlotte, so like they just live there. And he's like, well, I'm here, and if you're gonna pay me, I'll play. I'll keep playing as long as you want me.
Charlotte's gonna have both the oldest midfield and the best, like, a talented midfield. Because then you got like Sis over here, and then you got the whatever's left over of Ibarra and Oberton trying their best.
I mean, Ibarra makes sense because he's still trying to get into.
It's not happening, buddy.
He's still trying to get into Charlotte FC, and I'm like, dude, like
that dream's dead.
Yeah, man, you gotta let that one go. But still, those two are the biggest ones for me. But there is a third one in there that we did pick. So Yogi, you want to talk about Hugh?
I really don't.
You wrote it.
I know, but I don't. Because it hurts. So for those who don't know, Hugh Roberts, a personal friend of mine, was a former Richmond kicker. And the team announced, I mean, he did go to Charlotte and whatnot, announced that he was deciding to play for Charlotte, which I get. Like, I believe his wife is from Charlotte. He played for Charlotte in the USL Championship up there. Had some relative success. For me, as a Richmond kicker fan, it would have been great to have Hugh come back. But we've talked about it before. Richmond, isn't big spenders in the market on free agents. Charlotte is. And it makes sense. I think one of the things that really hampered Charlotte last year was their back line. I mean, Ducey was good, but there were still some holes in there. Definitely Clay Dimmick missed some time, and you could really tell that it really hindered that back line. So having Hugh in there, he's still very mobile. I watched him and play for Monterey Bay. Still very mobile as a center back, strong in the air, and can still pass out of the back and for a good range. And honestly, in League One, he's probably will be one of the better center backs. Like if you want a center back who compare him to, I would say Jalen Crisler. Like pretty much same mold, same size. One is just white, the other one's just black, and they're the same.
All right.
So, for you.
That was a lot of passion, and I appreciate it. I know it hurt. I know.
Yeah, that first game's gonna suck.
Kyle, let's move on to Chattanooga because this one's good.
Yeah. So I was on League One Under the Sea with so I did that recent episode, and they were asking, okay, what team? Because normally you can pass the baton. So I said, pass it over to Chattanooga because that team has been interesting. Like they had an interesting offseason where they had a bad year. They got a rebuild. Yep. They kept the coach from the academy.
Hey,
and
oh, good.
Right. What?
My line brother just called me. I forgot that my phone is connected to my laptop, so it automatically answered. And I hit in, and he was like, "Yeah," and he was about to say a wild injury, something I can tell.
This is a professional podcast.
Oh, to the highest degree.
Anyway, Ricky Ruiz. Chattanooga had a very interesting offseason where it actually seems like they're trying to improve themselves, which is a good thing. Ricky Ruiz, he's back. It'll be interesting to see how much, because he was that guy in Chattanooga. It was like him, like that team, looking back, it was a very talented team, which is why North Carolina took half their players. But I think Ricky Ruiz is going to be one of those players that is going to link everything for them. And they got some pretty talented strikers already there. So honestly, like Chattanooga's going to be one of the more improved teams, I think, this year. And I think moves like this and some of the other ones we're talking about are going to be why. Like I would not, like, don't be surprised if Chattanooga's a lot better than last year.
Yeah, I mean, if Mensah and Marsh had 12 goals apiece with just
Nothing.
Jonathan Felipe for the last half of the year, well, it's blows my mind what they're going to do this year.
That's insane. Oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna hate Chattanooga again.
Well, you could only, to be fair, you could really only go up from where they were with that whole rebuild. So it's not like
was it even a rebuild? Like I feel like they just let players go. It was like, hey, look, after everything happens, come back. You know.
It was like they tanked, like they were trying to get a good pick in the NFL draft or something.
Right.
But remember, they didn't have an NFL draft.
It was like, hey y'all, we gonna tank. This, sir, this isn't the NFL.
Hey, I mean, they were a mess.
We're gonna tank for what?
What, like they went through 3 coaches last year.
3? Yeah. Did I miss
was
one?
It 2?
Well, no. So yes, no, it was 3 because
3. Yeah, it was 3.
They had the one that they fired.
It was the star coach. Then you had Jimmy, Cash App Jimmy come back.
He got sick.
Yeah, and there's the new coach from Park City.
McKenzie. Yeah. But like when McKenzie took over, they kind of got hot.
They did because they had someone that actually knew tactics
and was familiar with the team, probably because they were also doing their academy team, 2 team, whatever it was. So
yeah, full season, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah,
it's gonna suck.
No Rafa to haunt your dreams.
I know, but now Ricky's back and annoying me. I had to make sure Rafa was gone because I'm like, yo, he's gonna come back somewhere.
It's gonna be the Pepe with me. It's gonna be like me with Ricardo Pepe, where it's like, even when he was gone, he came back.
No, he's happy with me. I will take good care of him.
You say that. And halfway through the year, y'all gonna loan him down to League One.
I kind of need him.
Rack up 10 assists against Richmond, and I'm gonna get on the podcast with y'all and be like, "This league, I'm done."
And we're gonna get the hater parlay happen again.
Hey,
hey, ain't gonna lie, that hater parlay was popping.
It kind of scared me because it was like there was like 25 minutes of the season where it actually could have happened, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel. I don't like him because he wished it and and it happened, and
I was ready for it.
I was ready to come to Richmond and fight you with love, but I was ready for it.
Won't go be the first
So the
one.
other Chattanooga signings.
Oh yeah.
And then the last one, TJ Bush coming
We
over.
didn't even talk about the other one. What
Which
is the
one?
last one?
Oh,
Leo
snap.
Fola?
I didn't even see Fola. I'm sorry. Oh, snap.
Much like Noko, who didn't see him leave.
Damn, that was rough.
Hey, man. Noko was for certain thought they was going to resign him. As soon as Chattanooga came back, he just blocked Noko and was like, hey, babe, how you doing? I'm back.
New year, new him. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
that man
saying?
cheated and came back. But no, I mean, Fola and TJ Bush, I mean, it's two good pickups. Like, I think the goalkeeper situation for Chattanooga can't get much worse than what it was last year. Like, they had decent goalkeepers, but the whole defense was just a mess. So you really just, once again, you solidified those two spots. Like, if I could give you a top 10 center back in this league and a top 15 or a top 10 goalkeeper, we're not taking that based on what you had last year.
That's fair. I mean, I guess my main question is where do you see this Chattanooga team falling in the season? Like, I don't want to go too early into predictions because we do have an episode coming for that. But
I would say
they definitely improved in a lot of places, like you said. So
I was gonna say I could see them being a playoff team, but that really doesn't mean shit. So
Yeah.
no,
almost
I'll tell you like this. They are a team that I would have as a favorite for the in-season tournament because it suits them.
Oh, I forgot about that tournament.
Yeah, but it suits them. Like, they don't care about defense, but like we said, like, they're two strikers can outscore anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are the African Splash Brothers.
Wow. I mean, first place, that feels very ambitious, but I love the confidence of teams, of fans in their teams. If I'm the same way, I'm like, my team is going 4-0. We're winning 8-3, and we're top of the league. Okay, that's the mentality I take with me. So I get it.
They got to prove to me they win. I ain't seen them win in 6 months.
You mean Chatta or Richmond?
Richmond.
Oh, okay.
They can win first.
So we just went through how many teams? 3 teams so far out of a league of more than that, because 12. That was all.
More.
Somebody win a trophy and go up a league and be like, how many teams are
That's math right there.
Sound broke to me.
Also, we lost Alex, and is he coming back? Did he just decide, you know what, fuck this, I'm out?
I will find out when he pops back up.
Right.
Hey, see, look at that.
There he is.
So we just went through 3 teams out of 12 because I just found out there's 12.
There's always.
I'm kidding.
God damn it.
Let's talk about those 3 teams a little bit more in depth here because we've got a little bit of time to kill. Central Valley, we understand, only has 3 people. 4. I shortchanged them. I'm sorry about that. 4 players and a Jermaine Jones. Charlotte has bought back a very solid core that we all didn't think was going to happen. And Chattanooga said, fuck your feelings. We're taking the whole league and we're taking everybody from it. How do we feel about those 3 teams just on a transfer setting?
I think Fuego is too early to tell. Like, they're probably not going to release more until maybe later in the preseason. Charlotte, I think, if you're a Charlotte fan, I mean, outside of Lexington, you're probably the most confident fan of your team doing well. The only concern is Obiton and Ibarra staying healthy because those are key parts of your midfield. And, you know, can the rest – can you have other parts step up to give them the rest that they need to be effective later in the season? And then for Chattanooga, I mean, you're kind of back to where you were before last season. Like I said, like you got a top 10 center back, you got a top 15 goalkeeper, you got a proven assist maker in League One. Pair that with the two strikers you got, and you're going to be competitive in a lot of games.
Here's my question about Charlotte. Have they, and Alex will probably know better than me, have they signed anybody new?
Just Hugh Roberts.
Just Hugh
Roberts. Yep.
They have no striker. They just have Trezor Mbuyu, plays on the wing. They have no striker right now.
Oh,
which, again, like they took a year to announce all their other players. Who still
Corey Bennett and Dane Kelly are unsigned right now, and that's 14 goals from last year.
Yeah. So, like, when do they start announcing the rest of the team? That's what I'm really curious about with them. It's like they have so many amazing players from last year that, like, again, yeah, totally agree. They should have all the confidence in the world, but like they're almost as silent as Fuego, other than like the players they've already brought back. It's just really interesting to me. Like, are we going to see Dan Kelly again? Is Dan Kelly going to be back?
But that's kind of their MO, right? They did this
100%.
last year. Yeah. So we didn't know they had a squad until they had a squad. And all of a sudden we're like on the field and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Kelly was, I think, their last signing last year. Like almost.
I think he literally signed like 3 days before the season started.
Yeah.
So
I think with Charlotte right now, they're probably going to be a team that, once again, probably really bad on the road, pretty good at home, will score a lot of goals. Defending will be optional unless Austin Pack saves them. I do have concerns about their defensive depth, but I think now after the last 2 years, I'm kind of in they're probably going to hover somewhere in like the 4 to 7 range, and that's probably where they're going to be no matter what. Like I said, I have concerns about that defensive depth just because I don't know how long Dimmick is. I don't know if he's fully recovered yet, but I know his injury was a pretty serious one. I don't like, yes, they have Hugh Roberts, but you're kind of relying on him, which, okay, that's fine. Is Shipman back? Or not? No, Spielman.
Nick Spielman is, yes, he resigned.
Okay, so at least you have him. So it's like they have guys, but if one of them gets hurt, then it's like I don't know.
Yeah, Hector Acosta was like the big depth defenseman that they lost.
And he's not coming back for sure.
Yeah.
right.
Carson Tallboys, but I don't think he really played much last year.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, let's move on to our next 3 teams. First up, Ford Madison.
Pretty happy with their offseason. Can't lie.
Oh, I'm sure you're very happy. As a matter of fact, Brandon, why don't you start us off with Juan?
I mean, again, that's another one. Like, it doesn't need an introduction. Juan Glendrez, like, top goal scorer for Chattanooga when in his time there. And he wasn't even the starter. Like, literally came off the bench, was the top goal scorer for Chattanooga. And now he gets to play alongside Christian Chaney. So, like, the fact that you've got 2 incredibly proven goal scorers in this team to help each other, hopefully help each other score goals and get the team, I guess, higher up on that goal scoring chart. That's going to be big for Madison's chances, not just in the playoffs, because again, like I said earlier, I'm not sure the playoffs, like, that's not as much of a signifier as success anymore, because like everybody gets in the playoffs now. But like having people who can pop up at any moment with a goal, especially someone like Juan Galindrez, who, like, if I remember correctly, like in 2021 and 2022, half of his goals were scored like in the last 15 minutes of games, at least. And so having someone like that, massive for a team, because I mean that could totally change the game for Madison, as long as Juan and Chaney are cool with sharing minutes with each other. I think that's my big question. Are they cool with it?
Yeah, like, are they going to play alongside each other, or are they going to back each other up? And is that going to be okay? Because I've heard, obviously I think they both want starting minutes. So yeah, if they can play alongside each other, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised, at least, if he plays, if not necessarily replaces Jaden Onen, but he's one of those like 3 attackers up top that Madison normally went out with. So, and I know last year was kind of like Jaden Onen, Nazim Bartman, and Cheney or Morris Sochero. So I wouldn't be surprised if Galindras is out there with Cheney. And I mean, that was probably one of the biggest things Matt Glazer was saying at the end of the year. He was saying, we need another guy that can provide goals and help out because it can't just fall on Christian Cheney. So to get Galindras, it's like, oh, shit. All right. That'll do. We'll see. We'll see how long before we get some Bad Bunny lyrics tweeted and he gets pissed off at us. But for the time being, if he scores goals or provides assists, everyone's going to be happy.
Wow. Okay. And I guess that leads into who we were hoping was going to be his strike partner, Cheney. That is a really good re-signing for Forward Madison because they needed the goals. He was the goals. So, like, there's really nothing else to say about that one. You needed him and you got him back, and it was touch and go there for a moment. So, props to y'all.
And he scored 10 goals, and he probably could have easily scored another 5 or 6. He had some chances he could have finished. So hopefully we get up closer to 15, 16 range. But no, it's huge. I mean, like I said, with Ford Madison bringing back a lot of their core, it was kind of in my feeling, Ford Madison's thinking, if we put our best 11 out there, we could beat anyone.
Ford Madison is YSL. That's all I got to say about that transfers.
Beat anyone? I mean, you could keep up with them for sure.
I don't know why you keep saying it's Ford Madison's YSL when you got a whole ass team in North Carolina that doesn't even bring fans in.
Whoa!
Throwing money around. I'm not talking about you. You're not in US League One anymore. This does not involve you.
Oh, okay. Let me mute real quick.
Yeah, you got a whole ass team that has no fans showing up, yet they're able to just throw money left and right. I want to know what's going on in Lexington. Like, who are these owners? Like,
look, the owner, we can explain that he bet money on horses. Like, I'm pretty sure he paid his light bill with the horses. I can explain that. That's fine. One Knox the same way. That whole team is nothing but Fort Knox money. That's fine. Charlotte, the owner's racing. That's old slave money. Fort Madison is YSL. I don't give a damn what y'all say up there. Y'all ain't selling that many goddamn jerseys to go out here, re-sign Cheney, sign Galindras. Who else y'all got?
I mean, the Sharif DA that we just signed.
Drug money. Who else?
Devin Boyce.
Villalobos.
Villalobos.
Stephen Payne.
No.
Brought back Stephen Payne. Brought back Derek Gebhardt. Brought back Mitch Osmond.
Marijuana, crack cocaine. Y'all like goddamn Ronald Reagan in the 80s.
Couldn't pay for Jaden Onen though.
Oh,
He was the casualty. He was a snitch. He had to go. He was talking too much, not producing enough of the block. He had to go. Pissing you off, man. I swear.
first of all, chill on me, Gio.
When I saw the Galindras got signed, I was just like, I really need USL League One to have a what's that show? What's that show that NFL does? During the off season.
Hard Knocks.
Yes, I need them to do a Hard Knocks for Ford Madison because I know Galindras gonna piss somebody off. I can't wait for them Bad Bunny tweets to start coming out and he start posting Facebook videos in Spanish. Oh, the first moment Glazer don't start him. That boy about to go Bad Bunny. He about to go to the Royal Rumble as Cody Rhodes joined. He gonna finish the story himself. And it's gonna be hilarious.
So then who is the Rock and comes in and just steals that moment?
Cheney.
I was about to say it's got to be Cheney, right?
Cheney.
I didn't understand a single moment of that, but I got that reference, and I'm proud of myself. A Chattanooga Hard Knocks would also be
No, it's got to be Fuego. It has to be Fuego.
Nah, we don't need to check. I'm telling you, Lexington and Fort Madison are the two that get behind the scenes.
No,
I want to see
Fuego.
that.
I need Fuego. I want Jermaine Jones content. Damn it.
Yeah, honestly, I would pay good money for that Fuego one.
Yeah, but are you only watching it for him?
Yes.
Yes.
It's Jermaine Jones.
I'm trying to think of that. Like,
I absolutely would watch anything Jermaine
People
Jones
were watching
produced.
Welcome to Wrexham just because Ryan Reynolds was in it. Like, no, people.
yeah,
watch
no,
one
you're
person.
right. You're right. Right. Because
Like,
I can see
I think
man
that's a huge
on
miss
like
on
some
their part.
Gary Henry shit. Being like, this is how you fucking do it. And then smacks that bitch upper 90.
See,
I'm sorry, coach.
How have we only gotten through one team in this second part?
2 minutes.
none of that is surprising.
Ebony said, "Oh, we got plenty of time." Then
And then
that was the biggest lie I've heard today.
that was such a lie. We snuck in 3 Greenville ones, so we might as well get into it. And I
That's
know
wild.
it had to come. I
Yeah.
know one of them had to come from Alex. So, Alex, do you want to start us off?
Which one?
Oliver.
Did I
I
did
don't
not
know.
put
Did
that
you?
there. No, I did
feel-
not.
I was gonna say that one seems like a Brandon.
I think
one.
that's Brandon because
Ah.
I don't know much about
anyone
Oliver.
anyone from college. I'm putting that on Brandon because he has more info on that.
No, Oliver Hall, he played for SMU last year, super competitive team in the NCAA, and he also played for Texas United, another really competitive USL2 team. I'm really excited about him just because, traditionally, Greenville defenders are like, we're going to kick your ass, and then we're going to lump the ball back up the field as hard as we can traditionally, right? We're going to knock you out, and we're going to knock the ball back up the field. And so Oliver brings a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? He adds some flair to the back line, basically. He's an incredible passer. Like, if you watch his highlights at SMU and Texas United, like, just an absolutely incredible passer of the ball. He's going to add a ton to kind of keeping us having possession and breaking lines. And so it kind of differentiates Rick already from some old John Harkes tactics. And it kind of gives me the idea that we're going to be switching up our formation in general, that we won't be doing a back four at all this year, possibly.
Do y'all have the facilities to not do a back four?
We did it a lot last year. And so I think one of the big things we were missing is someone like Oliver. And so I'm telling you, he was probably one of the best passers from the back in the NCAA. Like, you're going to watch him come the start of the season. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, this dude can pass. I'm telling you. So he's probably actually my favorite signing, even though there are probably some better ones.
I'm kind of shocked. I didn't watch a lot of Greenville games unless they were playing in CFC. Not gonna lie, because it was the same thing from like years before, and I'm like, I don't want to see the same product over and over again. I want to change it up. So I'm excited to see that one then, because it sounds like he could be fun.
Yeah,
I have a nickname for Greenville. This is Stella got her groove back. This is what Greenville. It's a fun team on paper, man. It's like I was like, oh shit, we can play progressive passes now. That's what it seemed like happened.
I also just can't take you seriously now with your fucking name.
We were on time. So I'm assuming that Brandon put all of these Greenville ones in. Okay. So, I mean, you might as well keep it going because
keep it going. Sebastian Velasquez. Velasquez. What am I? Velasquez. What am I?
Ooh.
Oh my God. Velasquez. He's played MLS, played in Israel, played USL Championship. Like, just an incredible player. He's probably going to be our 10 and replacing Lucas Coutinho. And I think it's going to be big. If he can stay healthy, that's my big thing. Like, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be dangerous. Now, that's I don't think he's played a full season in a while, which is my big worry. But but when he is playing, like, he's probably one of the most dangerous players on the field. So I'm excited about him. And then Leonardo Castro re-signing him is huge. He's the target forward we've been looking for years. And when we signed him last year, you saw him play. It was just like, he had a pedigree above everybody else. I remember there was a story about how he got signed. He actually played in the friendly for Atlanta United against Atlanta United 2, and he got like one touch and scored an outside the box, outside of the foot shot, like on his first touch. And they were like, okay, like John was like, we're signing him right now. Like, that's all I need to see. We're done here. Let's get the paperwork done. And like, literally, he was like back in the States in like 2 weeks, like with the paperwork signed, like visa taken care of, everything. And so, he's going to be huge again this year, I think. So,
And he's committed from what I heard. Like, did he sign for 2 years or just one?
Last year he signed for 2 years.
Yeah. Like this is like his home.
Yeah, his family's here and everything. So
I feel like he's going to be an itch, like under the radar, like up there in the Golden Boot kind of thing. I feel like Diouf is the early front runner, and then you're kind of looking at Cheney. You're kind of looking at even Steven Dos Santos, and you're looking at some of these other guys, and then it's kind of like I feel like Castro is going to be like right around there as well.
yeah, I mean, he just adds so much to our team. I mean, we never scored on set pieces before last year, and all of a sudden we're like top of the set piece scoring chart for like the entire league. So I'm excited to have him back. Really, really excited. He brings so much. So.
And then the other green team, because I'm not counting that bolt, whatever color Omaha is. Lexington, they bought back Diouf, and I hope that he got the biggest bag he could, because there's no way in hell he should still be in League One.
Yes, Yogi.
Can I ask y'all a question? And I'm trying to be serious right now.
Okay.
The way how Lexington is moving this offseason and their fans, which granted they deserve the hype, does this not remind you of Texas? Like Texas football? Like every year, Texas is like a top 5, top 10 program. And then through the year, something dumb would happen. Like they'll lose a game to Texas Tech or something. And it would derail the entire program. Like, doesn't it feel like Lexington is on that verge?
I would say more Notre Dame.
Bingo. There you go. I like that a little bit more. Yeah, no. Like, I like all their signings, but this is a complete 180 from the team, how it was presented to us to now. Because they literally took the NCFC approach of, yeah, the kids. Pay the money.
Hey, we did it. We were very cordial about it in our final season. Okay.
No more failed daycare for 2 years. It was like, oh, these are the taxes. Yeah, no.
You're not gonna come. We're not even in this league anymore. You can't even mess with us anymore.
Why are you on this show?
Leave me alone.
No, I think with, and we'll talk about some on the other side, with Lexington, it did feel very much like, okay, let's just take the best attacking players from the league and add them to a really good attacking player. And then we're going to try and just follow North Carolina. Because North Carolina was basically the same way. It was, okay, we got Alexander said it, we got Garrett McLaughlin. Let's just add a bunch of other good attackers to this team and see what the fuck happens. And it worked. And I think Lexington saw was like, that seems like a good idea. We should try that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is. I mean, you got a state legend in Cam Lassiter who, I don't know if he's going to be a game in, game out starter, but he'll provide some solid minutes, like 30 to 40 minutes a game. Probably.
Wait, Lancaster?
Yeah.
You
think he's going to be a starter, like a game in, game out starter?
Who, Lancaster?
Yes.
No, I see. He's a good player. Like, let's not discredit that. He's really good. He's done some great things in Louisville, but his reputation around several leagues is that if things are going bad, he's a terrible locker room guy. They didn't care in Louisville. They did sponge teeth. They don't give a shit about anything in Louisville.
Well, they're also winning.
Yeah, and they were winning, so they didn't care. They don't care. It's what happens when you don't. And that guy it comes with, like, the wins are great, but when you don't win and you see that team all of a sudden get very discouraged, that's going to be very hard on a young team. This is their second year. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Yeah. But he's going to provide great attack for them. He did a really good job. But the fact that you let go of all of that success and your legend status in Louisville says a lot.
It kind of gives me a slightly better version of Dane Kelly. where it's kind of like, okay, you really made your mark in this league, and now you're coming down. And part of me wonders, like, are you expected to just be able to take this league by storm? Is that what you're expecting, or are you expecting it? I don't know. But as we saw with Dane Kelly, it's like, well, no, like the talent gap between League One and Championship is a lot closer than a lot of people will give it credit for.
Yeah,
or at least people that don't follow the two leagues closely.
Yeah, and Dane Kelly still put up 8 goals last year, and that's still a significant amount.
Hey, Alex or Brandon, do you guys know, like, has Lexington made any significant defensive signings? Because last year, like, their defense was
Why
Yes.
defend when you can score 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, they brought in Corrales, Mendez, Ekon, all from Championship.
Okay.
Christian Lu Young from NCFC.
That's also a like, I'm not saying he's bad, but like,
Yeah, he was depth.
yeah.
Yeah. So what it seems
hopefully
like
he gets something from
Lexington is, like, they're very much on the edge of, we are going boom or bust. Like, either this is going to work, or halfway through the season, we're going to blow this team up.
I mean, they have a budget that's probably double the next highest.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Cameron Lancaster, I'm pretty sure he probably walks in the highest paid player in the league.
So that's what, high 6?
I don't know what that, but
I would say so.
High 6 is respectable, especially for League One. I still can't say if that's worth it or not for Lancaster, purely just because of the off the field.
I think for what Lexington is, like, they're still a new club, and it's kind of just like, all right, if we could get this local legend in to the club, like, we might get some Louisville fans here and have some fun. But it's also kind of just like, I don't know, man. It's a team that on paper look like they should run League One, but we'll see how it is when they line up on day one.
This is why I feel like this is.
Yeah.
This seems like the team that's going to take League One Cup seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because scoring goals is going to be more of a priority. And I think they're going to take that League One Cup very seriously. And especially because they're playing Madison, they're playing Knoxville. So I think they're going to be the team that I feel like teams will take the cup seriously. But I feel like they're the ones that are going to really go for it with all these attacking quality players.
Well, that's how Darren's always been too, right? I mean, remember him at Fort Lauderdale, like they were super attacking, but they were so exposed on the counter. And we're constantly getting scored on. It was the same thing as playing against Chattanooga. Like, we're going to try and score 4 in hopes that you don't score 5, right? And I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I mean, they got a lot of championship players in that are on defense. I mean, granted, they're really solid, but that's what I'm really interested to see. It's like, they're so attacking. And if they can stay solid, I mean, they brought a lot of really great players in both midfield and defense. But like, I think you're right. The main focus is that cup. It's got to be.
I wonder how much of, if they're going to do what with Tate Robinson, kind of like what Noko did with Arthur Rogers, where they technically have him as a defender, but really he's probably going to be more like wingback / midfielder.
Yeah. If you look at the end of last season, he was already being moved up to the left side, left wing, left midfielder. And like with the depth that they have with defenders right now, like that's got to be where they're going to play him this year.
Yeah. Right. And then the other signing that we haven't gotten, Jaden Onan, I put that one on there just because if he is dialed in and healthy, he's going to be really fucking good. But it's just a matter of, can he stay healthy enough? Because he missed games due to injury, missed games randomly, just wasn't in the squad. But if he's healthy and dialed in, that is going to be a very, very, like, the talent is there. Like, he's one of those, he's very, very talented. He just needs to put it all together consistently.
All right.
But even if not, like look at their depth. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's the thing that really impresses me about Lexington. It's like, the amount of depth, but also like this is a brand new squad from last year. Like I think they're the team that got the most turnover, right?
Probably out of the starting lineup, yeah. Because I mean, basically from who that started last year, are they like? Did they bring back both keepers?
Nico Brown, Diouf, Tate Robertson,
that's
Eric Seja Gonzalez, and Kalen Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still like in terms of the starting 11, it's probably gonna be a much different starting 11 than what we saw last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Nico Brown and like as a depth option at this point. I mean,
All right.
But it is interesting because I feel like with these three teams, like Lexington went with the we're going all in, like stock up and attack. Greenville went with the keep what's there, trust this new guy, like trust the coach with some tweaks. And Ford Madison went with we're banking on our core doing something special. I feel like that's kind of what the three teams showed in the transfer.
For sure.